And now we wait for Belle to be
Whoa,
finished
that's
with that.
weird.
What's that? Oh, the chicken. The chicken? Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it to open, so...
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, they have very mobile necks. That's something actually a lot of birds do. Not
I
just-
know, it's still just strange looking.
So weird when he's moving it forward and back. It's like he's jerking the chicken off.
Yeah.
I know that, you know,
God.
I won't lie. I think I've been around with you guys enough that was actually the first thing that came to my mind.
And that phone wasn't working,
Congratulations,
correct?
we broke Candrus. We finally broke him in.
What happened next?
How did none of us think of what Frosty said?
I was waiting for somebody to second.
Oh, God.
Hi. For the record, Frosty said, "You mean he's choking his chicken, Fowl?"
I think if we're gonna be saying what they said, we should just have the chat somewhere. At least for the
Well,
future ones. 'Cause
I
it's like
am
we're
We have a
gonna...
entirely
pop-up
against
with what
that.
they say is relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Because...
It's not always irrelevant. My audience doesn't need to know when people are, you know, when Kupo is going to bed.
Maybe you should stream... Maybe you should, like... I don't know.
Not to mention
record the
there
chat
is the-
just as a as a stream so you can pop it in when it is relevant? So that you have it
Maybe.
recorded somewhere?
Good work.
That being said, there's also a point not to put it in because there is the occasional, at least semi-pornographic picture that shows up for one reason or another.
This is
That's
true.
also true.
And
Yeah.
not even that personal information, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely having someone record it and then pop it in when it is relevant.
Well, we can still just say it aloud when it's relevant, because
Possibly,
really,
yeah.
think of all the times it's been relevant.
That's a good point. Anyway.
Much easier.
Why use a public phone? Again, bearing in mind, this is 2016.
Well,
Well,
public
you
phones
see,
still exist.
I don't have a cell phone.
Ah, well, that bit is not realistic. 2016 America, folks, doesn't have a cell phone.
And
My sister
also
doesn't have a
being
cell phone.
A salesman. Don't forget that.
Yeah, a salesman, no less.
I'm gonna say,
On the
my
job.
sister doesn't have a cell phone.
Good for her. And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments, yes.
Ah, right. What time did you call again?
Excuse me.
Bless you. 1 p.m. Are you certain?
Dust pounding action. Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident.
Arc.
Important.
1 p.m.? Right! Doesn't that seem strange to you? Oh wait, who? It's right. Present some evidence, damn it, to contradict him! Do your job!
Well, gee, I wonder if we should maybe... Oh, God damn it. I completely forgot about that.
I love how he's holding the Wii remote. What is up with his fingernails? Oh no, wait, that's not his
Very good
fingernail.
question.
That's just his little finger because it just looks like a fingernail because they have no conception of coloring.
Phoenix keeps his nails finely manicured.
Well, I thought for a second the thing on his little finger was actually just a really
Oh.
long nail, and then I realized that they just have no idea of how to color nails.
Oh my.
Yet another thing that cannot be unseen. But yes, that is how, if you're swinging the Wiimote, you do it, you know, like, straight from the chest out to a pointing motion to do an objection.
Wait,
Straight from the chest out, just like the Nazi.
he doesn't have his wrist around the wrist strap. It's just hanging there.
No, it's
A
around his
very
wrist.
good point.
I don't think you put your wrist around the strap. I don't think that will work too well.
Oh, come on. Just take a nice
Wait,
little,
if you put it on...
Well, in order to play this game on the Wii properly, you will have to get some surgical tools.
No, that's for
Put
playing
it
Trauma
in
Center.
your wrist, then it will be surgically attached to your arm.
Yes.
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, I saw it. It was 1 p.m. for certain. Nobody got my joke. Come on, guys.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe.
Frankly.
I don't give a damn.
Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m.
Question.
Well, the first time we actually
Sorry.
get to... This is like one of the only times we get to use evidence and not have it just be completely like, oh, by the way, that's not right.
Was that something they did in the movie? That thing where he always does, where he's holding the paper and he's hitting it like that. Did he once ever do
don't
that?
think they did that.
I don't think he did.
Oh, that's a shame.
Not that I
Like, he was digging through papers a lot, but I don't think he ever...
He might have done it in the very first one.
yeah.
Awesome.
Anyways, there was nobody to... no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
His little gotcha face.
I like how he
have to be
speeds up his body movement.
Oh, that, I guess...
This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time!
Well, after his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sahwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. I'm so glad you asked it. Yes, it's such a good question.
Great job, Wright! You way to put him on the spot!
No, I am not on the spot. Spot is on me. Look at forehead.
And there goes Candra's again.
Yep.
Get my dog off your lap!
What?
It's dog spot. See spot right.
Oh,
Oh, God damn it! That was horrible.
I got it first thing.
Let's see, Bell got it at least. That's all you have to do. Point out
Oh, I got it.
contradictions.
I'm kind of annoyed because that's
and if you
kind
have
of
to wait,
stole
I'll
my joke.
literally point them out. It's fun. You can smack your friends in the back of the head on accident.
Whack! Lies always beget lies!
More lies.
I need some fries!
And some guys.
I wear ties. Right. See through one, and their whole story falls apart! Don't fart.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay, Ark?
Oh. Wait, I remember now.
You know, it occurs to me.
Yes.
For all of the things that... For all the things that he said, the one thing that he said that wasn't a deliberate lie was the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yet she says, lies always beget lies.
And then there's the question of why didn't he just lie about the time?
Well,
Hey, Chippy.
Yeah, that's the only thing he needed to change in his testimony was he just needed to say, oh wait, my clock had stopped or something, or my watch was broken. I didn't realize it until the next day, and I forgot to mention that.
yeah.
Well, why would you care to give your testimony again?
Get used to witnesses giving testimonies multiple times after they are caught in blatant lies.
Take 2, the time of discovery.
Well, it's not really take two, because testifying about different things.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Because I'm a stupid
Glaringly
retard.
obvious inconsistency right here, guys.
He could have
Because
just said
I
it was
just
coming from
completely
his...
forgot that none of the power is working.
He could have just said it came from, like, some clock or something.
Oh, but
Clock would be out
it
of
was
power,
3
too.
hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program.
You know, because we're totally taping programs in 2016.
You know, the thing is,
DVR, whatever.
in this sort of time period, it would have been perfectly possible for her to have been watching a thing when she was killed, 'cause she could have just been on an iPad or whatever, which would have still been working.
Except
And it-
apparently didn't exist in this future where courtrooms become terrible.
Yeah,
That's
nobody...
why I thought it was 1 p.m.
That was one thing that I'm glad they did not keep in the movie, was the terrible state of technology.
Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
And yet apparently they, for
No,
all the technology they had, they still did not have security cameras in a goddamn evidence locker.
And I love how
No.
the judge just doesn't see this right away. Be like, there would be no need for the prosecution if the judge would just be like, wasn't the power off?
It's like,
Yeah.
Let's see, you heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
It wouldn't even have to be a taped program. It could just be any random program where they happened to say the thing because it was like some television show or something where they said that
Yeah.
the time is 1 o'clock.
hey,
Current
maybe,
time
maybe it
is...
was Futurama. You must sort the master in pile before closing time. 1 p.m.
There you go.
Arc. Arc one.
Right?
Yes.
You know what to do.
Can't hold your hand through this whole thing.
I've got this one. See, now I gone through this once. I am now the master attorney.
I am the master.
I am Iron Man.
You said heard, not saw?
Yes, that
Yes.
means he used his ears.
Yes, I saw it, heard it. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there.
You know, he could have literally just said that one of her clocks was flashing 1 o'clock.
I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch.
And he was wearing a watch!
Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something. But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all.
Because your ears stopped working when you were surprised. Mr. Wright, what the fuck sort of physiology do you have? I mean, seriously, do your ears just stop working when you were surprised? What the fuck? The witness did say he actually heard the time.
I'm wondering what's up with Payne's physiology. He must be standing in a
Well, he was
pretty
still
deep puddle
punched.
right now.
He's still wounded from getting punched in the dick before.
Maybe it's like some
He's
kind
standing under a heater vent. It's just-
of never mind.
It's
I think
ludicrous
there's
to
some-
suggest he wouldn't hear anything. No, seriously, dude, what the fuck?
Well, I have to agree with the prosecution.
Mr. Wright, please avoid being an idiot.
The witness, continue your testimony.
It really is a shame Phoenix never said anything that dumb. up against Von Karma. That would have been really fun to see.
One Karma would have just been like, please, contempt. It's just...
Are you sure it was a television and not a radio?
A radio would have been a better answer, too!
Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. That's a better story, thank you.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises.
I take it back, that's a terrible story. Why would you think of that?
There was only one large television. No mention of whether there was, a VCR.
And ding.
Yep. Arkland?
Right!
The obvious thing here.
I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Resort not to make a obvious dirty joke.
Just
Something
change it so I
about-
can't put my finger in it.
Something about hearing the television.
And you
Thanks
shouldn't put your
for
finger in it.
spelling it out, game.
Fishy.
The witness has testified he heard the time.
How do you explain the gap? That is totally a statement and not a question in any way. So don't answer me.
Well, witness, can you explain this?
We don't need to go into it any further.
Well, no, because it's the next statement.
Yeah. But usually you would get some kind of reaction at least.
I'm just gonna sit here, not do nothing.
Oh, video.
Oh, baby, oh.
Yes, there are these
This
things that record other things. Like a DVR, videotape. Oh, they've existed since about 1950, Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure tapes of things existed since movies started to exist.
No,
Also,
actually it
that-
didn't.
Well,
See,
in
they
the
had
sense
film.
of the actual movie
Oh,
itself would have
Okay,
been
yeah. Film reels
in
did, yeah.
terms of
Yeah, but
terms
you didn't
of
really
like,
have film recordings.
Yeah.
here.
The ability
Yeah.
for home taping, yeah, but the actual films themselves were still tapes after a fashion.
Mhm.
I don't know if they called them video back then.
True.
Right, seriously.
Right!
You sounded really desperate there.
I have to spell it out for you.
I think the problem lies someplace else.
If only you had the power to see what we were trying to tell you.
Purple?
We agree that you heard the time at the scene then.
Incidentally, for anyone who isn't aware, Vernon will be doing all of the pressing just so we get all the dialogue because it's funny.
Mhm.
Hilarious sometimes.
Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.?
No, it actually said 11 p.m.
Yes, I can practically hear it now. It was quite clear.
Mr. Payne, has the prosecution verified his testimony?
How would the prosecution go about doing that?
Have you verified that the witness has ears?
My apologies, Your Honor, but I have no idea what the fuck you were talking about. I, too, have only just learned that the witness heard the time, because I am literally a moron.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I only just remembered it just now. Just.
And
You
I'm
just.
actually not going to bother pressing terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Oh, come on! We
come
have to
on.
have him do that. We have to see what
okay,
happens.
okay.
Are you really sorry?
No, you just watch it.
Oh, that's totally worth it.
It's totally worth it. Oh my god.
Hmm. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there?
Yes, well, way to make fun of the player. That was amazing. Oh man.
Right, dick attorney.
That's the counter for the Phoenix is a dick.
Yeah.